I like DB because like DB was one of my vets when I was in Phoenix, and then we gathered here into Indiana. Did you see that when DB came back and played for us, that they got mad that our fan base was booing her? And like, it was kind of a surprise that she was signed to Indiana anyway. And so we'll take her in a heartbeat. Like, she's a Hall of Famer. She's a hell of a basketball player, can score from anywhere on the court. But she got to Indiana and she just like really wasn't happy.
Sophie Cunningham didn't just talk about Dana Bonner leaving the WNBA. She exposed something way bigger. In a 3-minute podcast clip, she ripped apart a system that's been controlling player voices for decades. And here's the wild part, her audience is now bigger than some of the league's own reporters. Why is the WNBA scrambling behind the scenes after this? Because Sophie showed every player how to go around the league's media playbook and win.
Was there explanation when it happened? No. Not even privately? Yeah, I mean, okay. That's tough.
I want people to be happy. So that's why I'm kind of like neutral on this one, which a lot of people are surprised about. She's towards the end of her career. So like, she deserves her flowers. She deserves to be happy. But I also think that if you're going to leave, yes, I think I'm right there with you. I think like I'm still rooting for her. Like, I want her to end her career and be happy. But I also think that like, it's okay to be professional about it and like send a text to your teammate.
What exactly did she say? And why could it change player contracts forever? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Sophie's viral moment didn't sound like some carefully planned statement. It was one of those casual podcast comments you'd expect to fade in a day, but it didn't just touch on Dana Bonner. It went straight at something the league has protected for years, how player voices get filtered before they ever reach the public. The kind of thing fans don't really think about until someone punches through it. For the longest time, league coverage has run on a very specific system. Players get media access in set windows. Reporters get questions approved for certain events. Everyone sticks to talking points that are scrubbed clean to keep sponsors happy. And the group asking those questions? Usually the same small circle of insiders who've been around for years. It creates predictability. Fans hear the same safe soundbites over and over. We played hard, we're looking forward to the next game, and a whole lot of vague compliments about teammates.
And it's family, I guess, but like, you gotta get, I mean, sometimes if you're doing things that inconvenience other people, but they're better for you, you have to do it, but let someone know.
I think there's
sorry,
yeah,
say what you're
send a text and be like, hey, like, love you guys, or you don't even have to say love you guys, just like, hey, sorry this didn't work out, good luck, da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to handle that, I think.
I mean, not in this instance, but it's if you're ever booed, that's a good Instagram caption idea for you next time you get booed.
Well, I need it, because I get...
The league controls the frame, and players operate inside it. Now here's where it gets wild. Sophie, just by being herself online, has built an audience that crushes many of those traditional media voices. Over 1.5 million TikTok followers. More than 1 million on Instagram. That's not just big for a WNBA player, that's bigger than what most of the journalists covering her can reach combined. And that flips the entire balance of power. Because if you already have that many people listening, why wait for someone else to write about you? Think about the difference for a fan. On one side, you've got a 3-paragraph press release on a roster move, stats, a quote that sounds like it was reviewed by 3 people, and a polite "we wish her well." On the other, you've got a shaky phone video of Sophie leaning into the mic, laughing, and straight up saying exactly what she thinks, no buzzwords, no PR filter. One feels like human conversation. The other feels like it's meant for a corporate binder. And it's not just the casual setting that makes it different.
So in the first half, the refs didn't call. Someone should have been thrown out, and the refs did not call it.
Correct, I remember that.
They didn't, and so I was like, all right,
she got full body chested,
by 3 people.
Yeah,
like 2 people. They're like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, if that was anyone else, I would have been booted out of the game. We're like 14 games in, and so like that game, I was kind of hungry. I know I was a little tired. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was hungry and tired. And I was over people's shit.
Oh,
and
wait, that's awesome.
What everyone else is thinking or talking about, not just with the refs,
Did you post
but
that
with
after
Detroit,
after you guys lost?
with Cleveland. I want people to hear what I just said. I am the only one, but if you ask our league, they feel the same exact way.
It's the way Sophie talks. She's comfortable saying things that cross the invisible line the league's public image runs on. Calling Caitlin Clark's critics dumb as hell isn't something you'd ever see in a team-issued interview clip. It's blunt, it's emotional, and it's completely unscripted. And that right there is what makes league officials and media managers nervous, because controlling the message only works when players agree to keep it sponsor-friendly. When that control slips, the gatekeepers lose leverage. If Sophie can deliver her side of a story instantly to millions, then she doesn't need a beat writer to ask the right question in a post-game scrum. She doesn't have to depend on a half-minute highlight on a sports network that barely covers her team.
I think he regrets that one.
That's fine.
Was it after a game you won or lost?
We won.
Okay, that's fair then.
I
was gonna say it's gonna sound like you're making excuses.
And I get it because if I was a ref, I know I would mess up all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that your job is easy. It's just like they're just so inconsistent. Like, that's my thing. Like, if you're on the other team and you're gonna be fouling the shit out of me,
yeah,
cool. But let me do it to you.
Let you, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want
like
consistency then.
Yeah, like, but when it is a simple call right in front of your face multiple times, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What call are you like bugged out?
All of them.
Most, everything.
Like,
she can go straight to the audience herself, and the audience likes it better. That's exactly why her new partnership with The Volume is such a big deal. It's not a random podcast appearance. It's a sports media company with a massive mainstream reach, giving a WNBA player her own unfiltered platform. No precedent for that before. It means her episodes sit right there beside NFL, NBA, and college football content, without being trimmed down to a short clip for women's sports coverage. It's her voice, her show, her control, and that opens a huge door. Because once even one player proves you can bypass ESPN or The Athletic entirely and still reach more fans than the league lets you, others start to notice. You don't have to wait for a feature profile. You don't have to hope a quote lands in the article the way you meant it.
We got one ahead of the storm here. The Mystics. So the Dream go 18-11. We go 17-12. 5 games over 500. 5-game winning streak. That's what we need. But that was a show of two people. That was the Natasha Howard and Sophie Cunningham show. That's what that game was. I thought Ari had a good game. I've never seen Kelsey Mitchell play this badly in my life. She hit a big shot though, and they made a big play down the stretch to make it a 3-point game, and it went to 1.
The tools already exist for every player to tell their story directly, in their own timing, in their own tone. The truth is, Sophie didn't just make a lot of noise for a week. She just gave a real-time demonstration that the old structure is optional. The interviews, the press releases, the pre-approved talking points, they weren't built for her benefit. And when the league sees one of its own stepping fully outside that, they realize they can't exactly